Have you ever wondered how the pros, the really heavy hitter investors, always seem to know when to get into the market and when to get out? It's not luck. The top investors rarely rely on guesswork, using exclusive, hard to find data that tell them where to flip, and more importantly, where not to flip at this particular time. Today, I'm going to give you a glimpse of the data that separates the pros from the amateurs. Hey there, North Texas flippers. Have you ever wondered how the pros, the really heavy hitter investors, always seem to know when to get into the market and when to get out? It's not luck. The top investors rarely rely on guesswork. They are using exclusive, hard to find data that tell them where to flip, and more importantly, where not to flip at this particular time. Today, I'm going to give you a glimpse of the data that separates the pros from the amateurs. Now, this isn't some off-the-shelf data that you can go and get off the sites like Realtor.com. In fact, I have personally went through and analyzed over 350 zip codes in North Texas. I analyzed days in the market, the amount of inventory in that specific area, and also the price dynamics before I rated them from best to worst or best to be careful about in the North Texas area. But you're here for the data, right? So let me show you. Let's start with a couple of really cool zip codes. First up is Irving, 75039. This zip code has an inventory rating of just 0.89 months. That is incredibly low for August, which means the demand in that zip code is very, very strong. Properties in that zip code are flying off the shelf and the flippers are raking in profits. Okay, second cool zip code would be Euless, 76040. That is another good spot with the months of the inventory rating of just 1.24. With a median price of about $335,000 for a flipped home, this is actually a perfect spot to get in if it is your first flip and you want not to struggle. But not all zip codes are gold. Some of them are definitely not gold. If you are flipping without the right data, you could easily get stuck in a slow-moving zip code. The areas that seem promising at first, but once you get in there, you're starting to realize it's a money sink. And this is where things can get risky, especially for a newbie investor. For example, let's take the lovely White Rock area in Dallas, 75228, right next to the Arboretum. A dream place to flip in, right? This zip code currently stands at 8 months of unsold inventory, and the prices are dropping. Imagine sinking your money into a property there. You sit and watch helplessly as it accumulates your days in the market, and your expenses and holding costs are strangling your profits. I'll be honest, I have seen many investors, including experienced investors, having to take a very serious haircut, reaching into their own savings in their 401ks in order to offload the house, just to move on to another deal. Meanwhile, those who have the right data, they are making the big, fast profits. Let's take another one. Rockwall, 75032. 9 months of unsold homes waiting to be sold. It has seen price declines week after week throughout the entire summer. The market is not just stagnating, the market is slowly crashing. Do not be in that situation if you can help it. Here is how to make sure that you take at least some precautions not to get stuck like that. By subscribing to Prop Shop One for just $11 per month, you can get access to the same data that top investors are currently using to avoid risky flips. You will get monthly updates on market trends, highlighting best zip codes, worst zip codes to be in, and all the zip codes in between. So you could make your investment choices with as much information as possible. By the way, I have shown you just a couple of zip codes, some good and some bad, but there's so many more for you to review in the full table. Downloading this table will be the easiest and the cheapest thing that you will ever be able to do to be on your way to generating extra tens of thousands of dollars in profit on your next flip. Join the ranks of really serious investors by getting the Prop Shop One paid subscription for just $11 per month. You will get access to different types of data that I collect both for flippers and for buy and hold investors, as well as access to my monthly articles where I summarize the most important development in the Dallas-Fort Worth housing market broken down by specific examples or specific zip codes. And for those of you who are not quite ready yet to become paid subscribers, check out my videos on the 5 best and 5 worst zip codes to be investing in North Texas in September. My name is Elena Garrett. I'm a realtor with Keller Williams Central 75 in Dallas, Texas, and may the math be with you for your next flip.